When I got introduced to the world of computer programming, I was just natural with it. It just flowed. It's all about solving problems. Lagos is the biggest city in Africa. It's considered to be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria. But technology is the space that is dominated by men. Why should we leave that to guys? I believe girls should be given opportunities. When I went to Makoko for the first time, I was surprised to see the living condition of human beings. People live in shanties. Sanitation is bad. The water is black in color. Life growing up for me was really, really tough. Losing a mother at the age of 4 to be beaten by my father was really difficult. I needed to fend for myself. In Makoko slum, most girls are trapped in a vicious cycle of poverty. Many of them are not thinking education. They plan for the future. I believe you can still find diamonds in these places. They need to be shown another life. Working with HTML, without these element tags, your website won't work. Your codes won't function. Girls Coding teaches girls 10 to 17 how to program. Not everyone is from the slum, but many of the girls we work with never saw computers before they joined us. Every element is a big deal. If you miss a comma, you can actually look for that comma for 2 weeks. The curriculum we teach includes HTML, Python, JavaScript, CSS. We want them to be creators of tech and not mere users. What are you guys working on? It is no longer about just coding. They try to solve problems in their communities. I like the logo, it's really cool. The slogan we have for Girls Coding is, when girls learn to code, the world will run without bugs. This is nice. What did you use for this? Pause. Can you scroll? Can I see? We code towards a purpose. Watching them write codes is beautiful. It's mind-blowing. The joy on their faces, that's more than money. I can't buy it.
Coding helps me to solve problems. Coding makes me feel inspired. It makes me feel happy. It's fun. It's my future. Coding is everything to me.
This is my website.
One thing I want my girls to hold on to is, regardless of where they're coming from, they can make it. They are coders, they are thinkers, their future is bright.
Moving on to the Democratic Republic of Congo, I am so excited that one of my heroes, 63-year-old gynecologist, that is Dr. Denis Mukwege, has been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not going to cry. I featured this man briefly in 2017 when I addressed the killings of more than 6 million people in Congo. As you guys know, the rebels in Congo have been using rape to destroy many lives and families.
Militants in Congo use rape as a weapon to frighten villagers off their land, especially if the land is rich with minerals.
They would rape the women in front of their husband. They would rape their children as well. And then they would make them dig their own grave and rape them in the grave for days until they die. It's so bad. So much so that Congo was called the rape capital of the world. I mean, I'm sorry to be so detailed, but that is what has been going on.
I was at home with my husband. We were sleeping. 5 men came in our home and my husband fled. They threw me on the bed, then they raped me, pushing the bag in.
And ladies and gentlemen, while everybody was fleeing the crisis area, this man has stayed for 20 years, and he's the one taking care of all these women.
Here, in the Panzi hospital that he founded, Mukwege and his teams treated over 50,000 victims of sexual violence.
50,000 women in 20 years. There are reports that sometimes he performs up to 10 operations in a day. They take them into his hospital, they sew them together, they perform operations on them. Many of them actually live in his hospital for fear of what could happen if they go back to their homes. And you know, it's so sad that some of these women that he sewed together had been brought back to him because they were raped again. Many of these women have tried to kill themselves, having been through the trauma that they went through. And of course, so many of them had babies that they didn't want. And many Many of them actually contracted HIV/AIDS from the rape.
The child is sick and myself am sick.
Her name is Letitia. The rapist gave her and her baby HIV.
And so while he takes care of them physically, him and his wife, they also help them with emotional healing.
Here they take in the children that nobody wants, the children of rape, also called snake children. Mama Zawadi watches on the toddlers and helps their mothers to love them.
By the way, they've tried to kill this man several times because they don't want him fixing these women. They don't want him saving their life.
Dr. Mukwege has to travel with bodyguards. The gangs tried to kill him. It didn't stop him.
I can see how women are strong to fight. This is something really pushing me to go on and say it's not the end. But we have to fight.
You can imagine. And you know, he started with just a tent. He put up a tent. He didn't even have a hospital. He was operating on these women and also delivering the babies of those who got pregnant from the rapes. And in 1998, the militants destroyed everything that he set up. They destroyed his tent. And then in 1999, he started all over again. It was so bad that in 2012, the militants broke into his house. In the middle of the night, they killed his bodyguard and they kidnapped his daughters. That was a traumatic experience for his family. So when they released his daughters, he took his entire family and he fled the country and he went to Sweden. Later, they went to Belgium. And you know, most people would never come back, but the women pleaded for him to come back. They even raised money to buy his plane ticket to come back to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And guess what? He went back.
On behalf of all the women in Bukavu and on behalf of women who've been raped in DR Congo, we say welcome back, the saviour of women.
His mother has been waiting 3 months to embrace her son again, since the day he narrowly avoided being murdered and was forced to flee the country for his safety.
And since that time, he has stayed, but he could no longer live in his own house. He has been living in the hospital since that time, with bodyguards, of course.
Now back to where it all began, his first surgery. It will be his new home now, to limit his movements and ultimately for his safety.
Nothing in the world can separate me from these mothers. I couldn't imagine that they suffered so much in my absence.
So to see that he's been recognized and awarded for the work that he's doing makes me so happy.
Denis Mukwege was performing surgery when cries of joy began to echo in the corridor. When he left the operating room, he was greeted by a delirious crowd that had already begun to celebrate his Nobel Prize.
But also, I hope that he would inspire you today. Please check out the movie they made about his life story. It's called The Man Who Meant Women. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix or not, but I know it's on Amazon Prime Video. In any case, you can find it on the internet. When you see the length that some people go to make a difference, it makes you realize that when it looks like nobody sees what you're doing for years, you can't give up. The man has been risking his life now for 20 years, and now he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Every Sunday, he's a pastor in a small church in the city centre.
Faith is very important to me, because I believe that without faith, I'm not sure I would be able to face all the difficulties I encounter on a daily basis with my patients.
Through his preaching, his small community has grown. From operation to operation, his fame has crossed borders. The silent witness has become a trenchant voice for the women of Congo.
Lastly, if one man can make so much difference, starting with nothing but a tent, I like to employ so many of our pastors and churches that have lots of money. Do you know that you can actually make a difference in people's lives? I'm talking about real difference, not just for them to come to church, right in the community where your church is located, right in the community where your ministry is. You can reach out to the people there and impact their lives, meet their immediate need, and they will be interested in whatever you have to say. Today, his hospital has become a major health facility in Eastern Congo with 370 doctors, nurses, and support staff. That's amazing. Now, this is what happens when you stick it out, regardless of the trouble that you're facing. Congratulations, sir. We're all so proud of you. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Lastly, a viewer sent me this video of this young lady that has been suffering from kidney disease.
My name is Ajiboye Mayokumebi. I'm 21 years old. I have kidney problem and we need 8 to 10 million naira for kidney transplantation. Please, everyone, help me. Please, don't let me die.
And I've taken time to verify all the claims in this video, and I just wanted to make her bank account information public. If somebody has been touched by the story of this man that has made a difference today, and if you would like to make a difference in this lady's life, please, this is the bank information. Please donate towards the surgery. They are trying to raise 10 million naira for the surgery, and it has not been easy. They are literally spending 100,000 every week for dialysis, and she needs the surgery badly. And for real, no amount is too small. I have verified this is a legitimate case, and this does not exclude those of you that are living outside Nigeria. I've been telling you guys that you can send money to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda for free, all on your phone. So make sure you download Wave, and you can use that to send money to Nigeria. If you use my name Adeola as a promo code when you sign up for the first time, they will send extra $5 to your loved ones. As in, who doesn't want an extra $5? But you have to enter my name during the first transaction. If not, you will lose the $5. And if you would like to donate towards this lady's surgery, you can also use Wave to donate into her bank account. Thank you so much in advance for donating. I really appreciate you guys. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.